See why I don't like these Novas? They sound so terrible. And it was just, I don't know if you guys caught that, but it was just making this screeching like noise. Oh my god. Lucky for me, it was only 2 stops, so that's fine, I guess. But I wouldn't have to stand taking that all the way to like Finch West or wherever. But I got off luckily. And hey, what's happening, guys? Alex here. It's the last day of summer. Today is Friday, September the 22nd, 2023, and it is. Let me show you the correct date and time. Yep, there it is right there. So there's your. So you don't need to hear me say like I always do. It's once again another beautiful sunny day, and once again fair temperatures, not too hot, not too cold, just the way I like it. And to even end off what has been a pretty good, partially uneventful summer. Okay, well, I don't know if I should say that, but yeah, but they're starting to run Arctics on this part of the 36, and I'm being serenaded by a wasp. Get the hell out of here! Stop following me! I can't stand them. But anyway, we are walking south along the west side of Beecroft Road here in the city's developed Willowdale neighborhood in the northern end of Toronto called North York. And Yonge Street is just a block east of here. So Beecroft Road is predominantly lined by condominiums, apartments built in the late 2000s, early 2010s. And I thought I would make a little walking video down Beecroft. Before I came here, I took a New Flyer hybrid on my home route, the 14th, down to Yonge and Davisville, because I wanted to try and refilm some elevators, mostly old ones, as I didn't like my previous takes on it. Also, one building has already had an armor elevator modernized, and I got that, and I got it when it was original 3 weeks ago. And I filmed everything else successfully, but I'm thinking of also I did recover the original file from when I filmed the original armor elevator inside that building, and today I got the one that was modernized, and they've took the original elevator out of service now. So what a shame. I'm thinking of just re-uploading that and just putting like before, doing a comparison of before and after mod. I would say it's around 20 degrees Celsius. But as we're going into fall, starting tomorrow, we still may see a little bit of those early 20s temperatures, but come October, we're going to have to start putting our sweaters on, and got to put these shorts away at some point. But, you know, lately it's always been about bipolar, unpredictable weather, because that's how it is in southern Ontario. There's a French immersion Catholic school. I know there's one on Hilda and Drury, just north of here. There's my first squirrel sighting of the day. As always, he is just being investigative, sniffing the grass. He should be on the road, but that's all right, I guess. I do have a best friend that lives around, well, he used to live around here, but he moved over to like Bayview and Shepherd. But I've already done lots of videos along Yonge Street in the Willowdale neighborhood. That stretch along Yonge between Finch and Shepherd, it's also referred to as Toronto's second Koreatown because of the huge number of Korean establishments are there. See, look, there's Yonge up ahead, or just a block away. And here you got typical post-war suburban housing. See, if you live in a neighborhood like this, whether it's in a condo or a single-family house, you're pretty much lucky to be just steps away from civilization, especially good transit, as nearby is of course subway station, and you can connect to not just TTC subway buses, but also commuter buses to the suburbs, and York Region Viva buses. They'll take you north of the city. And eventually, Line 1 will be extended north up to Richmond Hill Center. They've already started some preliminary work, and then later on in the decade, they're actually going to start it. But we won't see that. We won't really get to ride it until the Ontario line is open, which will be known as Line 3, the new Line 3. And speaking of Line 3, tomorrow, TTC is holding a farewell party for the now closed and cherished forever, the Scarborough RT. So I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'm thinking of like what video I should film tomorrow when I'm there. Should I film myself reminiscing about my memories on the RT, or just me walking through the friggin' trains? Because either way, that is going to be my very last time on board an RT car. So you guys have to remember, those are the ICTS Mark 1 trains. There's a couple guys coming by on their scooters. Are they? Nah, I can't tell they're e-scooters. Either way, if they are, they should probably be on the road. I don't get it. So many people. It's always North York. You see these type of people going on and bringing their freaking bikes or e-scooters on the sidewalk. It's dangerous and it's illegal. That's if you're over 14 here in the city. Also, I must not forget, if you guys have been watching me for a while, I used to go to school around here. Okay, not too far. I went to Pleasant PS in nearby Nunbrook, and I also went to high school around Bathurst and Finch, but I haven't said where exactly I went, and I won't, because I mean, I only graduated last year in 2022. But there's two high schools. Maybe you guys can guess. There's Northview, and then on the other side of Finch is a private school. So it's either one of the two I spent my entire high school years at. If I see myself still running this channel, and let's say like I'm at age 30 or much older than that, I might say it. I wonder what was all here before. Probably like small stores or parking lots. This is like a suburban version of downtown, but not really. But you know, it's Yonge Street. You know, it's the busiest street in the city. It always attracts the nightlife and people. So these fairly new condos pretty much define Yonge Street in North York. And yes, I've been watching a lot of videos of why Toronto has changed for the worse, for the bad, why people are moving on. But I've already discussed that. I guess that's one's opinion. But it may feel like but we've always been a freaking concrete jungle, but in many unique ways. So, okay, at some point, now we're just gonna keep going. I don't know if that's an EMS or fire station. I do see some emergency vehicles. That apartment building has been, that old vintage building, that's been there for a while. You know, I remember, my dad and I, when we were driving down Yonge Street, sometimes when he would pick me up from school, we would always drive down sometimes, or we were going somewhere else like Yonge Shepherd Center. And I remember when most of these condos were not even there back then. Evolution is just a crazy thing, as a lot of people would say. That green pointy thing is the what was called the North York City Hall, but really now it's North York Civic Center. Maybe for those of you that are probably Gen Xers or maybe even millennials, maybe you'll still call that this is not Toronto, this is North York, but clearly it's not. And even if I was born in as a millennial, I would probably prefer North York and Scarborough and all the other municipalities merging into the city as the boroughs, you know? And that's why Toronto's called the Six. Maybe I get it. If I ask someone where you're from, they say I'm from Scarborough, then I understand where they're coming from. Just like my mom, because she used to live in Scarborough. There's a bell tower up there. McBride Lane. The thing is though, these light cycles last for like 45, 50 seconds. I'm not gonna even wait. And I haven't even got a good ass thumbnail yet. Oh, how about here? We got Molassman in the background. Yeah, there we go. Yesterday, had a pretty, somewhat long day. I went to Scarborough, filmed some elevators, as well as filmed a lot of GO trains for an upcoming compilation. And I was going to take a rest day, but I wanted to get some groceries. So right after this, I'm going to head back to the local Fortino's, grab whatever I want, and then I'll head home. Because tomorrow is going to be an extremely long day. As tomorrow I am going to go to the farewell event at Scarborough Centre Station. And then I'm going to come back home, rest up, and get ready for Nuit Blanche, which is the overnight art festival taking place in downtown, other parts of the city. But downtown is, look there, look at this. This is a historic building here. The Dempsey Brothers store. This was a landmark in, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this used to be the community of Lansing. Pause if you want to read. You know, there was a local landmark that me and my grade 3 class went to. This is over 10 years ago in 2013. Heck, I think that was one of the last times I ever saw an H5. You know, we took the 98 from Pleasant to Shepherd Young, and then we took the subway one stop to North York Center. Where's the Gibson House Museum? I don't know. I know it's around here somewhere, because it's just walking distance from North York Center Station. We're kind of halfway through as we're coming up to Park Home Avenue. Somewhere around here. But yeah, I think Gibson House, it was a historic, I don't know, hopefully it's still around, but it's a historical building that's been around probably since like when Lansing was founded. I'm trying to remember what we did. I can't remember. I know my dad came along with me for the field trip. See, going to school in the 2010s was like the best. It really was. The only time school was great in the 2020s was when I graduated, so it's crazy that I've been making videos since I was in high school, and it was during a freaking pandemic. Okay, so I want to cross to the other side now. So I'm gonna have to cut it. Okay, maybe I won't have to cut it out. Well, yeah. Gonna try and do a couple of videos of Nuit Blanche. I am gonna be with a friend. And then it's probably going to be the second time ever I'm going to be out at midnight, which I don't often get to do. So this is going to be a pretty interesting night. And then also, I might even be up at the middle of the night as I'm going to take my mom to the airport. She's going on vacation. Obviously, I'm not going to say when or where, but it'll also give me a chance to ride the Blue Night bus for the first time ever. I'm trying to expand my ground. Heard yesterday. Actually, we all Ontarians should have heard about this, but very pleased with the way Doug Ford finally handled things by reversing his decisions on putting affordable housing on the Greenbelt, which is protected. And he broke a promise. He didn't even look good when this idiot was speaking to the press in Niagara. But either way, I mean, as you guys know, I don't like this guy at all. But I'm very glad that they won't mention about it in the future. They're just going to keep it shut. I'm all for affordable housing, but not on like protected land, like the Greenbelt, because the Greenbelt, you guys know the Greenbelt. It's a piece of like history. I wonder what they're setting up here. Like it's an icon apparently, and they want to like freaking like tear it down? No, hell no. And that comes after 2 members from his cabinet resigned because the scandal was very controversial, and even from the start, I'm pretty sure any Ontarians watching this, I'm pretty sure you guys all oppose this stupid ass plans. But when they were reviewing it and the possibility that the RCMP was taking over the investigation, I knew that this would happen. So, yeah, hopefully no affordable housing built on the Greenbelt, or nothing touches it ever again. But unfortunately, every time I want to hear about Doug or see his stupid face, okay, I don't think I should say that, but it just makes my blood want to boil, because he's already done enough stupid things to his province, and he's been here for 5 years. Here's the Meridian Arts Center. This used to be I can't remember its former name. There's a TDSB headquarters, but this is a concert hall. I think the symphony orchestra has played here. I'm not too sure. And there's a cemetery on the right. Oh yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. It's crazy that, things are just not like what they used to be. Even I watch some, even I go on social media, look at nostalgia photos, videos from early 2010s, 2000s, and what a freaking time it was being in that era. It was a fun time. And now post-COVID, because now we still got to worry about freaking COVID. And then the war. Zelensky's in Canada, by the way. He's right here. And evolution, My dad keeps telling me that you missed out on the best era of this city. Because the city was quite great. It was amazing in the 80s and 90s. And then I think 9/11 must have changed the whole world. Nevertheless, I don't think it was very gradual. It didn't happen instantly when I was born. I think it was COVID that ruined that shit. But at least we're doing a lot of things that we used to do. And now I've fulfilled my dream of becoming a YouTuber, making walking videos, making transit videos around Toronto. Very proud of that. I've had this channel for 3.5 years now. And I was just wanting to start my channel when the pandemic hit. And then eventually I just slowly got back into it by learning of the expertise, getting advice from other YouTubers like Johnny Strides, the Ken Continuum. Here I am at 1,700 subscribers. I want to get up to 2,000, but by at least end of December or by my birthday, which is on January the 23rd. Maybe later this fall I will make a walking video up Young, right here. Should pay another visit. We're almost at Shepherd, so luckily there's a subway entrance just around the corner from where I'm going to end the video. So I'll duck in there and not illegally enter the station's bus platforms, as that comes with a fine, but people still don't give a shit. Same thing with like, some constables or whatever. They just blindly walk through anyway because it's right on the gosh darn street. Oh look, there's a squirrel running through the scaffolding. Wow. Do you guys see that? Now, this is a federal building here that one of my dad's family friends used to work at. Actually, okay, it was in this building, but she used to work at an Alterna branch that closed down years ago. I remember sometimes after school, my dad and I would visit her on the job, as well as walk around the Madison Center complex, and then the Young and Shepherd Center, which is across the street. Some great memories. The layout of that building is kind of weird though. Not really, but it's a federal building and I wouldn't be allowed to go in there if I had no reason. Alright, so I guess it's the only walking video of the day. I was gonna do Wilmington Avenue or Lawrence Avenue West, but maybe later in the fall. Because today was supposed to be a rest day. I really don't want to overdo myself because every time I do that I get a headache, so I do not want to become a victim to that tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a very busy day. So now I'm going to hop on the 984. Hopefully it's a 984, as it's almost rush hour. I'll stop at my local Fortino's and grab my usual stuff. I went to this building once. See, there's a vintage elevator, but unfortunately, of course there wasn't. And then a security guard was, I didn't have my camera recording, but she was like, "Can I help you?" And my only excuse was, "Where's the subway entrance?" So she just took me out and just pointed directly. So that was my only excuse. All right, so here we are now, Shepherd Avenue West, and there's the Emerald condos. And that's gonna be it for this one. On this last day of summer, beautiful sunny day. We're gonna get more days like this as we kick off fall. So just before I head into the subway, we're gonna wrap things up. So guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. As always, stay tuned for more videos. And check out my average as well. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Hope your summer was enjoyable. Thanks for the support. And keep your check on the ice. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Take care and bye-bye. Adios.